Hello and welcome to Cathy Chat. I am thrilled, and I am talking thrilled, to have you meet the one and only Nancy White, also known as the Healthy Cells Chick. How are you, Miss Nancy?
Oh, Kathy, I'm doing so fantastic. And I love this time of year because, we get to be able to release some things so we can receive some things. And that's what we really should do all year long. But you know what? I just love, especially this time of year, Kathy. And thank you so much for letting me come and chat with you.
Absolutely. I love that too. And for those of you watching us live, we are also, as you know, getting closer, closer, closer to the new year. Some people make resolutions. Some people make revelations. It just depends on the person. And one thing I would love to know right off the bat is your ID, if you will, is the Healthy Cells Chick, CELLS. And I would love to know how you acquired that title.
Oh, Kathy. So years and years ago, um, I have always been a 30-year researcher in natural prevention over 3 decades. And so it wasn't just for people just to look like, Barbie or Ken or just, that kind of people want to release or lose weight, which I'm going this time of year, you know what? And going back to what you first said, I believe in realignments at this time of
Oh,
year
that's a good
instead
one.
of just resolutions. But the Healthy Sales Chick came about because I know that there's 90 basic building blocks for a happy, healthy cell, but it's also, we're very holistic. It's healthy mind, body, and spirit. They all go in together. But, everybody has their own programs and what they're doing. And people say, I don't like selling, SALE, selling, but I love about the Healthy Sales Chick. And to me, it's all about what's on the inside because it reflects on the outside. So it came about. There's another whole story about, why I got into this whole industry to begin with, but that came about probably about 16 years ago.
Oh my goodness. And I
Mhm,
love what you say about mind, body, spirit,
mhm,
because it's back to a lot of people say what you think about, you bring about. And
mhm,
it's so totally a package deal, if you will. And I
mhm.
love how that happened for you.
I know one of the things I will share with people and even tell myself, don't you know that we love to do talk to ourselves because
Yes.
we're the boss of me. But anyways, but whatever we feed grows, and that's either positive or negative. And that again in our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And sometimes some people grow a little bit more than they want to in some areas, and so that's when we come back to the realignment and just getting back to doing something a little bit different than what we did. But I, just love your whole heart, Kathy, too, because you feed your positivity all the time and it overflows to other people.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. And I do want to share with our listeners and our viewers that you and I have met because of the Happy Neighborhood Project.
Hmm.
And that has been a blessing times a million for me. And I'm sure it has for you as well to make such dynamic friends across the globe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know. It's one of those things you and I have, we can say we are seasoned people in business and
Yes.
networking, but
Yes.
but the Happy Neighborhood Project is something that just opened up so many amazing doors. And just like you said, people from all over the world that have a heart that really wants to help other people. I've been networking over 20 years and I've led a
Wow.
lot of different networking groups and things, but this is something that is another way for people to connect, to collaborate, to have mutually beneficial connections, which I think is something, it's a mindset also. But yes, I'm very grateful that Edwin found me on LinkedIn a year ago, September.
Oh my goodness. Now I didn't know how that part started. Tell me about that. He found you on LinkedIn.
He did. You know how we get those LinkedIn requests for connections and we check it out, especially if it's the opposite sex. And so when I started reading a little bit about, what he does and what he's into, I thought I absolutely would love to get to know more. So I accepted his request and then immediately, set up a time to be able to get to know him better. And he and I had a conversation, and that's how I first learned about the Happy Neighborhood Project. And then, you know, the best marketing tool there is, Kathy, is to tell a woman. We love to share
For real.
information. Yeah.
That is for real.
Mhm.
And for those of you listening with us now, especially live, Edwin Adebury is our Chief Happiness Officer for the Happy Neighborhood Project. And that is who found Nancy. So, what a great day that was, actually, for both of you, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Mhm.
So, tell us a little. Well, first of all, where are you from? What part of the country do you live in?
I do not have an accent. So I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I was born and
Okay.
raised in Charlotte. Um, my parents were both from the North, but I have lived here. I've traveled around the world, Kathy, but I've never moved from here. But I was born and raised here with three brothers, and my children were raised here. So this is my home for now, even though I've got one of my son and his wife are in Florida, and they keep going, "When are you moving to Florida?" I'm going, it's really hot
Uh-huh.
in the summertime. I like our seasons. So, but that's where I am. But again, just like you said, we can connect with people all over the world with technology now. But this is my home. This is my home stomping ground.
I love that so much. You've intimated a bit about your business and you've been networking for 20 years. My 15th year actually starts 2022. So I'm excited about that myself
Mm-hmm.
because think about the people you've met over the years, the different companies they've been in, all of those things. And it's so nice to align with people who are into the wellness track from a standpoint of being able to help the masses. How did you come to actually find your business? Like what brought that about?
Okay, so like I said, I have been a researcher in natural prevention for about 30 years, and that all stemmed. My father died when I was 9 of Hodgkin's, and then my oldest brother John died at 22 of leukemia. So I've always been in that mindset of being preventative, being a researcher, done a lot of studying with people, and so then about 15 years ago, somebody had introduced me to isogenics. And I had tried every
Whoa.
diet, every cleanse, all these things over the years. And I'm short, so 20 pounds is like 40 pounds on me. And when it comes and goes. So I was a researcher for the government, Kathy, before I became the entrepreneurial journey. And so, or on the journey. And so I researched their ingredients, all those things. And I know, especially for cancer thrivers, keeping the body, the pH, which you well know about, alkalinity, but also fueling those cells with what they need because our bodies regenerate completely every 6 to 8 years, and you might as well make a new good one. I mean, I'm chasing 70 in 2022, and I want to continue to age with strength and vitality. So that was how I was introduced to this company about 15 years ago and got my daughter off to study abroad in Australia on a Friday. And I started experimenting with the products on Saturday. So that was then, and I have never stopped incorporating them into my healthy lifestyle.
Isn't it such a great feeling when you find something that not only would be an answer to prayer, but that resonates with your own mindset? That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That is beautiful. Now, how do you market your business? Obviously, before I would imagine it would be in-person networking, and now pandemic-wise, is everything that you do virtual, or do you get to meet in person yet?
I still pretty much am meeting people like on Zoom or, by the old fashioned phone and just, but using social media platforms just to connect and to get to know people. It's still about relationships, whether it's, through a screen or in person. You can really encourage other people, find out what's going on with them because, it is all about the other person. It's not about us. And so, but marketing my business, using again networking, social media, word of mouth, referrals. A lot of times people don't want to ask for a referral, especially if you've had clients for over a decade. Just going back to them and going, has anybody come into your life, recently that they may have a challenge and, in certain areas. And so I think one of the main things for women too, Kathy, is asking.
Yep. I think that makes a huge difference right off the
Mm-hmm.
bat. It's hard to ask,
Mm-hmm.
actually. Do you get most of your business from all of the networking that you do, or is it word of mouth within your client base?
I think it's from networking because networking opens up the door to be able for us to have, one-on-ones with each other, to get to know each other, to find out about potential collaborations, how we can help each other. And it's always about networking because of the mindset and the heart set. And for people that really have that one, and especially in, the Happy Neighborhood Project and some other networking groups that I've been part of, you know, people will weed themselves out of your life. I'm sure you've seen this. They feel
Yes.
like they're not getting what they should, or they hadn't made a sale. But, if you ask them, say, so can you tell me about that person's family or what they do, or, what are some of their challenges? That's where that sort of the line is drawn, because now it used to be 6 to 12 touches of follow-ups before we did business with each other. Now it's increased to, I think they said, almost 21 touches. And even people that have one-on-ones, you should circle back around with them in a couple of months or whatever, to find out how they're doing, what's new for them, and how you can help and support them. And to me, we always give before we ever receive.
That is so beautiful. A heart touch. I love that. And to be able to find out about someone's family. I have been with people that they don't even know about you, and then all of a sudden they want you to buy their something. And I'm always so surprised by that, because I always want to say, does that technique actually work for you? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to even imagine that that's how they think they're going to grow their businesses, and that's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do a lot of training classes within your Isogenics team, or does the company train your colleagues, or how does your business model actually work?
We do. We've got a great leadership group that from all different walks and different teams or whatever. We've got a great support system where we keep everybody updated and help encourage, and are always sharing some good fun tips and things that are beyond just the Isogenics products. And then also, I love helping people one on one, to be able to support them. So we do have a great support system of training, and then also in ways to tap into, especially at people's convenience, because in this day and time, everybody is so busy doing things. You have to make it available to them where it's convenient for their time, for them to do a little bit of research and knowledge growing. So yes, there's different ways to be able to support and to help grow and encourage each other.
That's so beautiful. I love that. Um, so, Miss Nancy, a little bird told me something about a TV show coming up with you. Tell us about that.
Well, you know how things in our past always sort of lead up to where we are now. It just sort of, grows. And years ago, one of my business partners, in fact, he's one of my co-hosts, Lawrence Wingett, and I had a TV program. We were interviewing entrepreneurs for the network show. And so we were already, doing lights, cameras, action in person, with people. So when this opportunity came up for me, this probably been about not quite 2 months ago. In fact, it was a woman through the Happy Neighborhood Project that introduced it to me. I just remembered that Emmy Lou was the person. So, anyways, so I researched it. Remember, I'm a researcher, and found out about what it was in the platform with Paula, Win Win Women TV. And she's been working with women over 14 plus years in 152 countries. And her heart and her passion is to be able to have an online resource for women to go 24/7, to be able to find out information about things that they need. And so I've, again, checked it out, talked about it, prayed about it. And I'm launching my show on January the 5th. It's called The Healthy Sales Chick, and it's healthy mind, body, and spirit. And again, it's going to be on a platform where people can go and look at it anytime. We're officially launching January the 17th. So we're still in beta right now.
That is so exciting. And I love the full circle part of
Mm-hmm.
what you mentioned. Life really does come full circle. You try something, and try something else. And all of a sudden, boom, God just drops it in your lap. And then you have a new path and a new journey. That really is spectacular. I love that a lot. Now,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I would like to ask, is there anything so far that we have not chatted about yet that you would like our listeners and our viewers to know about Nancy White and the Healthy Cells Check?
Well, Kathy, thank you for asking. I'm always coming up with some different ways to address and help some current needs. And I've got a couple of initiatives I'm working on right now. And one is with frontline workers because they're wearing masks all day long during
Yes.
their time that they're serving, and their oxygen levels are going down. And so I have a great procedure and protocol with some delicious natural nutritionals that raise the oxygen level for their brain and also their body. So it's reoxygenate their body as they're working, and also some ways to help them to manage stress and anxiety, which unfortunately in this country now, it's 1 out of 2 people that are combating anxiety, and I have some things to help. It's like drinking a little chill pill. All of a sudden you stay focused. But frontline workers are people that I would love to serve. Another group are people that are in the beauty industry because they did lose a lot of money over the past couple of years, and helping them to bring in another stream of income without having to stock things or do different things, but just to offer their clients, whether they're coming back in for their services yet or not, but it's helping people in the beauty industry to bring in additional money. And then my third one are people that are pre, during, and post COVID. People that, I don't care if people have had a shot or not, you still need to keep your immune system built up. And again, people that have gone through COVID, if they still can't smell or taste fully, I love helping them to just rebound, bounce back up, and get more energy than they even had before. But again, keeping their immune systems built up. So those are a few different areas that I'm really focusing on right now. And again, it's all about each individual person, Cathy. Just we cannot assume things by just looking at somebody or talking to them. We have to have that conversation, and I love having, a free conversation, and we have fun little quizzes they could do for their self-health and just find out how stressed they are. And with that, they'd find out how likely they are to have some challenges down the road, or even just their overall health. And they get to pick and choose what area that they want to address.
Oh, now that's very nice to give the client the choice. I imagine would be very empowering.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely beautiful. I seriously love that. I'd like to thank everyone who's joining us live and certainly on the replay. This is Cathy Chat with the one and only Nancy White, the Healthy Cells Chick. And I am thrilled that you were able to join us today, Nancy. And I wish you a happy new year. I think this 2022, so many people are looking forward to this. And I can just imagine in your business and your industry, plus with your fantastic TV show coming up, you feel able and empowered to be able to help the masses in a much larger way, maybe than you ever have before.
I agree, Cathy. And just, again, it's not about me. It's you know this very well for yourself too. It's always about the lives that we can touch, because it not only affects this generation, but the future generations. Knowledge and education, or those things. I'm never going to stop learning. And we always want to learn something, whether it's for ourselves or to give to somebody else.
That is so true. Please reach out to Nancy, connect with her, get to know this lady. It is phenomenal just to be in the same room on virtual, of course. Mm-hmm. And so please reach out to Nancy at the Healthy Cells Chick.com. That's CELLS chick.com. So please, please, please make your appointment. Get to visit with her. Nancy is a Zoom expert. As I tell people, we were Zooming before it was cool. And so that is a very fun way to be able to meet virtually all across the globe.
No, thank you so much, Cathy. You have an amazing 2022, and I look forward to seeing you at a Happy Neighborhood event.
Thank you very much. I'm sure that we will. Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to everyone watching with us today. Bye for now.
Bye.